After 2 years of gaming on the LCD, I've recently transitioned to the OLED version of the Steam Deck. So whether you're thinking about grabbing your first Steam Deck or eyeing an upgrade, this video covers everything from performance and battery life to display quality and cost. By the end, you'll know if making the jump to the OLED is the move to make. Before we begin, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more tech-related content. Now, let's get started. Beginning with the design, the two models have minor differences. They share the same dimensions, meaning you won't need new accessories if you are upgrading. Visually, they're nearly identical except for the power button. Valve opted for an orange power button on the OLED instead of the black that we see on the LCD model. And another minor difference that I noticed was the joysticks. The OLED model's joysticks offer more grip, enhancing the gaming experience. When I first got the LCD model, I felt the joysticks were a bit uncomfortable and slick. It eventually led me to buying grip caps for added comfort, something that I actually haven't needed with the OLED model. But of course, the main difference between these two is going to be the screen technology used. Starting with the LCD model, these screens use a backlight to shine through layers of liquid crystals, which is great for lighting up the display, but don't perform as well in producing your true black, which often tends to look more like a dark gray. This means that images don't pop as much because the contrast isn't quite there. Still, the LCD version does the job well enough for most gaming. As for OLEDs, each pixel on the screen lights up on its own or turns off completely, allowing for super deep blacks and vibrant colors. Plus, they are more energy efficient in darker scenes since only the needed pixels will light up. When comparing the OLED and LCD models side by side, the OLED features deeper blacks and sharper contrasts, making everything in your game look incredible. The OLED model also has a larger 7.4-inch display, which is a step up from the 7 inches that we see on the LCD model. Now, again, I did mention both models have the same dimensions, so in order to achieve the slightly bigger screen, Valve essentially just slimmed down the bezels just a bit to get that extra real estate. But on top of that, the OLED also supports HDR, which is something we don't see on the LCD model. And with a peak brightness of 600 nits in standard definition and 1000 nits in HDR mode, it delivers superior visual experience compared to the LCD model, which provides 400 nits in standard definition. So when ordering, I opted for the 1TB OLED model with the etched glass and anti-glare coating. Initially, when unboxing, I felt the colors looked a bit faded, but installing a glossy screen protector helped fix that issue for me. However, if deep blacks are your thing, you might prefer the 512 model with its glossy screen over the etched glass, so keep that in mind. Now, looking back at the LCD screen, it is a good option. However, you may see some backlight bleed in the dark scenes, which can be slightly disappointing. The colors may be less vibrant due to the lower contrast, but despite these factors, it still remains a solid choice for many gamers. If you're considering an upgrade to the OLED, I'd say it comes down to how much you value sharp, vivid visuals in your games and your preference for screen tech. And we'll talk more about other aspects like durability and burn-in later in the video. Now, let's talk about something crucial for gaming on the go: how the Steam Deck's LCD and OLED models stack up in terms of performance and battery life. Now, even though both models pack the same core hardware, their different screens affect how smoothly your games play and how long you can keep playing them without a charge. Both models have the same processor and memory, so you can expect consistent performance regardless of which one you pick up. However, the OLED model has an edge with its 90 Hz refresh rate compared to the LCD's 60 Hz. That means gameplay on the OLED is smoother with more fluid motion, giving you a better gaming vibe. And truly, battery life is where the OLED shines. Thanks to its ability to completely turn off its pixels, this is a game changer for energy efficiency, especially in darker games where lots of pixels stay off, saving you some battery. So while the LCD model gets you between 2 to 8 hours, the OLED can keep going up to 12 hours in less demanding games, which is up to 50% longer. However, keep in mind your battery life will vary. Factors like screen brightness, the type of games you play, can greatly influence the battery life. And while the specifications might look impressive, real-world performance and feedback from other gamers are crucial to understanding the actual performance of these models. So, considering the gaming community's comments on battery life for specific games that you might want to play could be beneficial before making your final decision. Consider how and where you play your games when choosing between the LCD and OLED models. This will help you pick the best model for your gaming style. And as we dig into the differences between the Steam Deck models, a few more factors might sway you toward the LCD or OLED version. First off, let's talk about the weight. The OLED model isn't just about the fancy display, it's also lighter, weighing in at 640 grams compared to the LCD's 669 grams. Now, this might not sound like a lot, but you'll feel the difference during those marathon gaming sessions. And it just makes the device more comfy to hold for a longer time. And then there's the connectivity. The OLED model steps it up with Wi-Fi 6 support, unlike the LCD's Wi-Fi 5. This means you get faster download speeds, smoother online play, and quicker updates. This could be a real game changer if you always grab the latest games or updates and want to play some games that have some online connectivity. And thermals are another big plus for the OLED. I can definitely say it runs cooler, probably thanks to its power-efficient screen that turns off pixels when they're not needed. And a cooler device feels better in your hands and keeps up performance by reducing the chance of thermal throttling. Finally, we can't ignore the issue of burn-in. This occurs when images remain on your screen for too long, a problem that OLEDs can sometimes face. However, modern OLED technology has significantly improved, particularly in handling changing game scenes. Regardless, if the possibility of burn-in concerns you, then yeah, opting for the LCD model will altogether avoid this issue. But aside from the burn-in concern with the OLED, the other features seem like solid upgrades. And as we finish comparing the Steam Deck's LCD and OLED models, let's tackle a significant factor for most gamers, which is price. The cost difference between these two could be what tips the scale for you. The LCD version starts at $400 for the 256 model, offering a solid start for such a versatile gaming handheld. On the flip side, the OLED version starts at $550 for its 512 model, with the beefier 1TB option available for $650. So here's a quick rundown to help you decide which model might be suitable for you. I think the LCD model is a great pick if you're watching your budget but still want dependable performance. It balances affordability with functionality, making it a top choice for anyone new to portable PC gaming. However, if top-notch visuals, smoother action, and battery life are higher on your list, then the OLED model is the way to go. It's especially appealing if you love games with rich visuals or dark scenes, as the OLED's display and energy efficiency shine. Now, is the OLED worth the extra cash? Well, if you're diving into the Steam Deck world and want the best setup, then the OLED model is worth considering for its enhanced features. But if you're already happy with the LCD version, then an upgrade is not needed unless the Steam Deck is your go-to gaming machine and you want the best of everything. Ultimately, your decision will boil down to balancing cost, performance, and visual quality. Each model has its strengths, making the Steam Deck a solid choice in either form. But I hope this breakdown helps determine which Steam Deck model is best for you. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts, including which version you're using and how it's working out for you. And if you found this video helpful, hit that thumbs up to let me know and consider subscribing for more tech content and reviews. Until next time, stay tech savvy and I'll catch you in the next video.